If you're watching this video, there's a very good chance that you've heard of the let them theory. It was popularized by Mel Robbins, and I think it's pretty good. Honestly, I think it's pretty good, but I don't think it's perfect. And obviously, not everything in life, most things in life are not perfect, but I think personally it is a little too passive for a lot of people, including myself. And I wanted to offer you guys today a different type of concept, a different type of belief system that may resonate a little bit better than the let them theory. The concept that we are going to be exploring is peace over everything. Now, I know a lot of you are already thinking, hey, that's kind of what the let them theory is. It's don't worry about controlling the uncontrollable, let things happen, protect your peace. But I genuinely think with peace over everything, you are empowering yourself and you're taking the power and giving it to you and looking at scenarios a lot differently than the let them theory. And I said earlier, it's a little too passive for me. And to best give you an example and to visualize it, I want you to imagine that your peace is like this bubble, this big, translucent, beautiful bubble that just surrounds you at all times. When someone's poking at it, rubbing at it, making it dirty, the let them theory says, hey, you know what? Let that happen. You can't control it. And it is what it is sometimes, right? And I'm being super high level here, maybe not the most fair, but with that, that's what the let them theory basically is saying. It's like, hey, just let that happen. Don't worry about it. Your energy is better focused on something else. With peace over everything, it's saying, hey, I don't like that person poking me. What can I do to stop that from happening? This person is impeding, intruding on my peace, and I don't like that. Another way to look at it is imagine you have a garden and you have weeds growing out, and that weeds could be, an analogy for anything in life, bad friends, bad relationship, bad boss, whatever. The let them theory says, hey, you know what? You can't control those weeds growing. It's okay. But with peace over everything, you are being much more active and you're like, you know what? I don't want those weeds in my garden. How can I go about removing them? Alrighty, now those were for my visual learners. I know some of you all love analogies, but hopefully you're starting to get the picture a little better. And if visualizations isn't making it work, let me give you a very practical scenario. I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to think about your answer here. So let's say you are in a trio of a friendship, which, side note, there's always a duo and a trio. There's always a duo and a trio, a video for another day. But let's say you're in a trio of a friendship and you feel bad and you feel upset because the other two, they hang out alone. They don't invite you. They're posting about it, whatever, blah, 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 blah. The let them theory is like, okay, well, that is okay. That's totally fine. Let that happen. They don't want to invite you. They don't want to do this. It's okay. Go take yourself out. It's okay. Go find other friends. But let me ask you this, and this is where it's like peace over everything. What would bring you more peace in that scenario? Think about it. You have two friends. You thought you guys were a trio, and what would bring you the most peace in that situation? That's how you have to operate. Personally, what would bring me the most peace is saying, okay, I'm absolutely going to distance myself from these people. They don't want to invite me. Okay, that's fine. I am not going to interact with you anymore. I'm going to mute your stories. And a lot of you are like, oh, but that's too much. That's really a lot, blah, 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 blah. But obviously every situation is different. Everyone's different. That's why I'm asking you, what would you personally do in that situation? What would bring you the most peace? And I think, not to give you another visualization, but sometimes in life, you're going to run into people that love the game of ping pong. They love the game of ping pong and they will not let go. And you cannot just stand there and play the game forever. You cannot just stand there and let the ball hit you in the face again and again and again and again. Sometimes it is okay to put that ping pong, whatever thing, racket, panhandle thing down and say, you know what? I'm not going to play this game anymore. I'm going to walk away. Or, you know what? I'm going to throw this thing right back at your face. It obviously depends on the situation, and that was a little bit hyperbolic, but I think when you operate in life, when you move in life, the way to, incorporate peace over everything in your everyday life is, okay, when you feel like something is bothering you, when you feel like something's like, oh man, like this is really annoying, like you have a partner that never does the dishes, the let them theory says, okay, that's fine, like don't try to change them, but no, but if this is bringing you peace, like you have to do whatever it is that brings you more peace. Like your partner's not doing the dishes, okay, communicate to them, talk to them, tell them, hey, like this is like a trend that I'm seeing, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Like I just genuinely think that the let them theory is great in its own way and whatever, but like, look, the peace over everything and let them theory, yes, they live in the same tree, they're a part of the same tree, but they're absolutely two different branches. And I think with peace over everything, when you move in life and you're looking at things in a way that's like, okay, I'm not gonna let this pop my bubble, I'm not gonna let this dirty my bubble, I'm not even gonna let this like impact my day, you don't even have to like let things happen. You just go and you're proactive. You take that energy and you start living a much, much more fulfilling life because you are protecting your peace. You're putting yourself first. With that being said, I just want to put a ribbon on this video. If there's one thing you take from this, right? It's not that the let them theory is ass or that this peace over everything is much better. But what I will say is setting a boundary is not wrong. You don't have to let things just hit you in the face. You don't have to let things just go by you. You don't have to always let. You know what I mean? Like you can absolutely set a boundary to protect your peace. And for anyone watching this video, I don't know you, we're strangers, right? But I just want you to absolutely move throughout life with the thought of, hey, like this is my life. And if there's something that I can do to protect my peace even more, if there's things I can change about my life, people that I can remove, distance myself, that is what you should be focusing on. And with that being said, I want to thank you so much for watching this video. To whoever may be watching this, I upload videos every Sunday and this is my 4th one ever. We are still at 0 subscribers, but I do not care. If this reaches 1 person, I will be very happy. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.